So, Alison Berg is a junior studying journalism and political science. She's from the San Francisco area of California and works for the Utah Statesman and Utah Public Radio. Tonight, Alison is sharing her story on sexual assault and is hoping to inspire others tonight to spread awareness of this important topic. Let's give a warm welcome to Alison Berg.
1 in 5 men and 1 in 16 women will be raped or sexually, sorry, I got that backwards. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men will be raped or sexually assaulted in college. It happens to way too many people, and yet you never expect that it's going to be you. We've all heard the stories and we've all read the news, but no one goes to college and expects this to happen to them. And yet it happens all too often. I never expected it to be me, but in September 2015, I became another statistic. It was my freshman year of college, and it was about the second or third week of school, and my friends and I, just wanting to try out college, we had been drinking in my dorm, and we went out to an off-campus party where I met a guy who seemed like a genuine, nice guy, someone that I could trust. And I had been drinking a lot that night, and he knew this, but he still seemed like someone who was nice. And I gave him my phone number and agreed to meet up with him after the party. And after we met up, after the party, something changed. It was like a switch flipped. And this nice guy that I had met earlier turned into a monster. And he raped me. And it took me a really long time to even say those words because I didn't want to be identified as a rape victim. I didn't want to carry that shame and that stigma that comes along with something like that. And for the next year, I didn't want to live in my body anymore. I felt I just felt disgusted with myself. I felt ashamed. It was hard for me to even go outside. I failed almost every class, and I was always a great student in high school. It was just that I felt like I couldn't be a person. I got fired from several jobs. I had a really hard time making friends and just doing anything, even leaving my bed. And it got so bad that several months went by where I just felt suicidal every day. And I felt like there was no purpose to my life. I told a few people about what had happened, and I was going to therapy, and it was helping a little bit, but not enough. And it really wasn't until I met a roommate the summer before this one, so the summer of 2016, and she had just gotten done with this journalism internship. And we kind of became acquaintances. We became friends, and I opened up to her and told her that I had been raped. And she said that she had been through something similar, also not very recently. And I asked her how she got through it, because in my opinion, there was no way to get through it. This was just something that was going to take over my life forever, and that just, oh well, I was just going to be this way forever. And she said that what really made a difference for her was finding something she was passionate about. And for her, that was writing and journalism. And I always knew that I liked writing, but I just wasn't confident in myself, and I felt like there was no, I didn't feel good enough to just feel confident in my writing. But I tried because she told me that I should. So I told her I would try out the Statesman. I didn't think it would become anything big. I would just try it out and see how it goes. And within a month, I just felt better than I really had ever felt in my life. I was doing something that I loved and that I felt like I was good at and that I wanted to keep pursuing, and I felt like I was making a difference for other people. I was writing about women who had similar experiences to mine, and I felt like I could make a difference in their lives. And I felt like, I wrote about my own story and felt like maybe I could encourage someone else to do the same. And that was in the beginning of last year, and throughout the whole year, I felt better. I felt like things in my life started to go well. Things were looking up for me. And I was doing things that I never thought I could do. I was getting really good grades, and I was making great friends, and I got a great job. And this summer I did a great internship at the Deseret News where I really learned that I have found something that I love to do and something that literally has saved my life. And that's made the biggest difference for me, is just getting my confidence back and having these amazing people around me to support me and to love me. And now I'm here speaking in front of all of you, and this is something I never, ever thought that I could do, but here I am. And I know that there are people in this audience who have been through what I've been through. And if there's one thing that I could tell you, it's that you're not alone. And I know that no two stories are the same. And I know that there are days where you feel alone, and there are days where you just want to give up, and you don't want to keep going, and you feel like life isn't worth it anymore. But I promise you that it is. I promise you that it does get better. And for those of you in this room who haven't been through something similar, chances are you know someone who has. And the best piece of advice that I could offer for you is when someone tells you that they've been through rape or sexual assault or harassment of any sort, to believe them and love them and support them. Because most of us aren't trained therapists, so we can't provide the support that person needs, and we can't take away what happened. But what we can do is show them friendship and love and guide them to resources that really can make that big difference for them. And the biggest thing is believing, because if someone comes forward with their story and isn't believed, then it's likely that they won't ever tell someone else. But if they are believed and loved and supported, then who knows what can happen and a difference that they can make for someone else. And I just also wanted to let anyone in this room know that if you have been through something like this, I love you and I'm here for you. Even if I don't know you, I promise I am here for you. And come find me, and I am here to help you. Thank you.